Today I'm going to talk to you about the science behind making a cup of tea. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of making tea. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get some cold water. Get a tea kettle and you can just fill it up with cold tap water from the faucet. So because the temperature of the water is low, the molecules are not moving around much, but that will change once the water is heated. Hold up, what's a molecule? Well, a molecule is a group of two or more atoms that stick together. An atom is the basic building block of all matter, which is basically what things are made of. That's what matter is. Although they make up everything in our universe, both atoms and molecules are very, very tiny and invisible to our eyes. But let's get back to making our cup of tea. So next we're going to heat the water. So put the kettle on the stove to heat up the water until it begins to boil slightly. As the temperature of the water rises, you're going to notice that the water is starting to boil. It's starting to have bubbles and you'll see movement in the kettle. This is because the molecules are given energy as the water heats up and they start to move around faster. They travel in a straight line until they hit either the side of the kettle or each other and bounce off one another. So they're basically firing rapidly as the water continues to heat up. Next, you're going to want to get your tea leaves ready. So you can take a teaspoon of loose tea leaves, make sure they're loose for this particular experiment, and put them into a teacup. Once you've done that, you're going to want to pour the hot water into the cup with the tea leaves. After the water settles down after pouring it, you will still see the tea leaves moving around. That's strange. As the energized molecules continue to bang into one another, this motion causes the tea leaves to move around as the molecules run into them also. So even though the water has just been poured and it settles down, the tea leaves are still going to be moving around, and that's because the molecules are continuing to move because they're still hot. So they're still bouncing around the cup, hitting each other, hitting the side of the cup, and causing the tea to move also as they hit the tea leaves. This is called Brownian motion. So although the cup of tea looks still, underneath the surface there are rapidly moving particles. This phenomenon is known as Brownian motion, coined by Robert Brown in 1827. There's an illustration of what the molecules look like as they're rapidly moving around and bouncing into one another. So this relates to Einstein and his atomic theory. So Einstein used Brownian motion to illustrate his atomic theory, that everything is made up of molecules and atoms. Even though we can't see them with the naked eye, they're still in motion. So once your tea settles down, then it's safe to drink. Enjoy your tea and the science behind it.